Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome to the autumn edition of our newsletter for the Lower Thames Crossing. The eyes of the world have been on COP26 in Glasgow, and quite rightly we're being challenged on whether building new roads is the right thing to do. The answer is absolutely yes. We rely on our roads. They give us a convenient, cost-effective way of travelling where we want, when we want. And in doing so, they give us the freedom to choose where we live, where we work and where we study, the freedom to do business and choose where we spend our spare time. Every day, our motorways and A roads move millions of tonnes of essential goods, medicines, fresh food, and bring deliveries like your weekly shop or last-minute Christmas presents directly to your door. The problem is not roads, it's carbon. How we build and run our roads must rise to the challenge of our times. Earlier on this year, the government released the Transport Decarbonisation Plan that laid out the role the transport network will play in helping the UK reach net zero by 2050. By the time the Lower Thames Crossing opens, cars will be much greener than they are today. In fact, from 2030, you won't be able to buy a new petrol or diesel car, and by 2035, all new non-zero emission heavy goods vehicles weighing 26 tonnes and under will be phased out, with all new heavy goods vehicles sold in the UK to be zero emission by 2040. The result will be that by 2040, over 70% of vehicles on the road will be electric, and the carbon footprint of the average car journey will be similar to that of a rail journey, mile for mile. Our design contains several structures that allow us to achieve our goal of making your journey more reliable, quicker and safer, and not only reducing our impact on the local landscape, but enhance it by creating new green spaces and pathways that connect it together. But the traditional materials that will give these structures the strength and lifespan we need are concrete and steel. These materials have a high level of embodied carbon. In other words, there are a lot of carbon emissions associated with their manufacture. We've already been able to reduce by half the carbon emissions we expect during construction by looking at greener ways of working. For example, using more energy efficient warm mix asphalt, using hybrid plant vehicles, and only using renewable energy sources during the construction and operation of the crossing. We're completely focused on this, and as our plans develop, we'll keep you updated. We're of course also still living with COVID and its impact, and the other major question we're asked regularly is that given the change in how many of us now travel to a place of work, do we in fact still need another crossing? Whilst it's true that the unprecedented measures put in place to tackle COVID did have a major impact on the volume of passenger vehicles using the roads, traffic levels are now back to where they were before the pandemic, and in some places it's actually busier than ever. Freight traffic carrying food and goods to supermarket shelves and doorsteps to every corner of the UK has never stopped. This was even more noticeable on the Dartford crossing, where volumes bounced back quicker than anywhere else on the road network. And even during the lockdown, it was still regularly used by more vehicles than it was ever designed for. So a solution to this is still needed. The Lower Thames Crossing will almost double road capacity between Kent and Essex and provide a reliable, safe, alternative route that will take over 13 million vehicles off the Dartford crossing every year. This will not only ease congestion, but improve air quality across the region, particularly at Dartford, where we forecast air quality levels will be brought back down below the exceedances we regularly see today. But whilst it's important that we act now to ease the congestion and unlock the potential of the region, what's absolutely vital is that we get the design right to reduce the impact on the environment and local communities, as well as bring the most possible benefit to the local area and to the UK. That's why, earlier on this summer, we held our Community Impacts Consultation. The 8-week consultation was an opportunity for you to have your say on our plans to build and operate the Lower Thames Crossing, and on the measures that we're proposing to reduce the impact on you and on your local environment. We also provided information on changes made to the project since our design refinement consultation back in 2020 and showed how responses received at earlier consultations have informed the development of the new road. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to learn more about our plans and giving us your feedback. We're carefully analysing that and considering every response, which will help further develop the design of the scheme and, of course, inform our planning application. During the consultation, we presented our plans for Tilbury Fields, one of 2 new parks currently proposed as part of the project. When speaking with the Port of Tilbury and Thurrock Council, it became clear that a part of that area of land would in fact form a key part of the port's new Freeport proposal. So we've agreed to change our plans to ensure we don't limit the potential of the Freeport. The River Thames has been used as a gateway for goods and trade for thousands of years, and today the Thames estuary is the UK's #1 growth opportunity. Over the next decade, billions of pounds will be invested to maximise trade, jobs and connectivity opportunities across the region. But to fully realise these benefits, it's important that the Thames Freeport and the Lower Thames Crossing work in partnership. We do need some time to revise our plans, and we'll share any updates with you, as your views have always played an important role in helping shape the scheme. This does mean we now intend to submit our application for a development consent order sometime in 2022. We understand that this delay may be frustrating, especially for those of you who are regularly affected by the problems on the Dartford crossing, but it's vital to make sure the scheme is the best it can possibly be. So thank you again for your interest and for your patience. In its peak year of construction, the Lower Thames Crossing is expected to support 10,000 jobs, which includes hundreds of apprenticeship opportunities. And last month, we unveiled the first group of apprentices to start work on the project. We're delighted that so far all have come from areas local to the project, where they'll be able to benefit from the support and opportunities the new crossing will bring. The 8 new apprentices took up their roles following a local recruitment drive, and the diverse group includes school leavers, a qualified teacher and an ex-bank manager. All will be studying towards degree-level qualifications while being paid and earning valuable on-the-job experience. To find out more about how an apprenticeship could help you build a career with us, please visit the Lower Thames Crossing website. We also want to inspire the next generation of tech experts, of engineers, scientists and mathematicians, not only to help us build this project, but also other projects in the region and of course across the UK. So that's why we enlisted the help of local schools and the world's best-selling video game Minecraft to develop some new games that show children of different ages how STEM subjects are used in the planning and delivery of exciting projects like the Lower Thames Crossing. Students in Kent and Essex used the Minecraft games to have a go at building and operating the new crossing. This included excavating and building a portion of the 2.6-mile-long tunnel and using Make Code to manage road signs to respond to different scenarios such as bad weather conditions. These games are part of our ambitious plans to support the long-term skills and employment needs in Kent and Essex. And we plan to hold further events with schools to demonstrate the games and, of course, encourage more young people to explore STEM subjects and help them understand the future career opportunities which are available to them. We're committed to leaving a legacy that's accessible to the local community, so are pledging at least 22,000 hours in volunteering to help local projects and organisations, whether it's helping people live more active and healthier lifestyles, protecting the environment, learning about their local heritage, or developing skills and job opportunities. Our volunteering activities have already started, and last month our team visited Jeskins Community Woodland near Gravesend to support Forestry England by doing all sorts of jobs such as removing tree guards, mowing the lawn and having a good old tidy up of the visitor car park. Everyone working on the Lower Thames Crossing project will be encouraged to participate in a volunteering activity over the coming months, and there'll be lots of chances for you to get involved and tell us how we can help your local community. National Highways has a track record of delivering major infrastructure projects, but we're bringing together world-class skills and experience from across the industry to deliver this project in a way that gives most benefit to local communities and, of course, value to the taxpayer. We've committed to spending at least £1 in every £3 with small and medium-sized businesses and want to make sure local firms benefit. One way of doing this is our SME directory. The Lower Thames Crossing SME directory holds a list of contact details of local businesses from a range of disciplines, which the main works contractors will then use to build a local supply chain. The directory showcases just how much talent and expertise there is on our doorstep. Over 500 businesses of all sizes have already signed up, ranging from caterers to accountants and local builders. And we've recently given the first edition of this list to the big construction and engineering companies who are currently bidding to win the major contracts on this project. It's still open for new entries, so sign up today so you don't miss out. And to make sure that your business is in the best place to bid for work on this and on any other major project, we're still offering businesses free training and access to resources from the Supply Chain Sustainability School. To find out more information about what's been mentioned in this short film and to keep up to date with our plans and progress, please do visit our website and of course follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter for updates. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to speaking to you all again soon in the next edition of our community video newsletter. But until then, goodbye.